Elio is the latest movie by Pixar Studio, and Pixar movies used to be a big deal, but not anymore, I guess, because there was no one in my theater except me. I had the solo viewing, and on top of that, I had to watch it in 3D, which sucked. Not a pleasant experience, but the movie was really good. Elio is a movie about a kid who is obsessed with aliens. And not because all the kids are, obsessed with dinosaurs and aliens and pyramids and whatnot. He is obsessed because he genuinely believes that aliens are his way out. Yes, Elio isn't happy on Earth because he lives here on a military base with his aunt, and he constantly feels that he doesn't belong here and that he's not loved or wanted. And eventually, his wish does get granted. He gets abducted by aliens and he enters this new world, which is colorful, it is loud, it is amazing. They love him. They even put him literally on a pedestal. But there's a small problem, because to be accepted in this new world, Elio needs to prove himself. He needs to defeat Lord Grygon so he can win a seat at the council and be the part of this new world. They even literally mention words like green card and stuff like that. And man, I related with Elio so much because I was also someone who genuinely believed that, that I just need to move to a different country and that will fix all of my problem, just to learn the hard way that it doesn't. And I think a lot of people who have moved a lot, lived a life of an immigrant, or even within the country just changed a lot of address, will understand what Elio goes through a certain extent. The movie does take some time to get started though. Like initially they spent a lot of time on this military base establishing the conflict between Elio and his aunt and his obsession with aliens and whatnot. And the interesting stuff starts to happen after he gets abducted. So I'm not sure how interesting the movie will be on the second viewing, at least the initial 15-20 minutes of it. And Aunt's character is also not that interesting in the first half of the movie, but thankfully later she has some interesting stuff to do and her bond with Elio gets better and better as the movie goes. I think the strongest aspect of this movie is the friendship between Elio and Gordon. They have a lot of problems that they find relatable, and because of that, they form this really strong bond. Every time they're together on screen, they're funny, they're charming, they're adorable, and there's this montage of them just having fun together and enjoying this new world and its amenities. It is adorable. I was having a really good time. But unfortunately, not the same can be said about the villain of this movie. Lord Grygon is not that interesting or even funny. They tried to do some jokes with him and they tried to establish his character that, oh, he comes from this point of view. But none of this sticks, especially when you compare it to history of spectacular Pixar villains. Grygon is not that interesting. By the end, they do give his character something interesting to do, but it's too late then. And even though the movie had overall really good pacing, the beginning 10-15 minutes can be a bit slow, especially for younger audiences. And that might also affect the second viewing of this movie. But as I said, the moment he gets abducted by the aliens, the movie is in non-stop motion and it doesn't stop until the final credits. It was also sad to see how mature these kids were while talking to each other, something that happens to kids when they have a difficult childhood. So to show how it affects their personality and how they behave was quite interesting. I think from technical standpoint, this movie is your typical gold standard Pixar production, right? You have high quality animations, you have nice music, nice camera work, everything is amazing, except for the human character designs. I don't like how humans look in this movie. This weird blobby faces with bean mouth animation, I don't like it. But fortunately, this movie also has lots of alien characters and that results into some really creative character designs, which I appreciated. Also, there are some moments with Gordon that will give kids nightmare, especially his introduction scene. I will not be surprised if some of the kids have nightmares tonight. Just saying. Overall, even though I have some issues with this movie, I had a really good time. I enjoyed it way more than Inside Out 2 or Luca. I don't think it is as good as the OG Pixar movies, like Ratatouille, Incredibles, that stuff, but it is still a really nice movie. Especially in a time where everything is a remake or a rehash or some cheap cash grab, having an original movie which is made with lots of love and effort, I think it's a rare sight. I highly recommend watching it in cinema. It's a complete family entertainer. Kids, adult, everyone will have a good time. So those are my thoughts on Elio. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you had a good time and I will see you next time. Till then, goodbye, take care, and have some fun with fiction.